White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding him by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
When I was 16, I got 3 trains ran on me in 1 week, like 3 different each time.
If Jesus can't save these why are you trying? If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than?
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful, I'm rich, I can fight. I will say it, I love men, thanks.
Yeah.
But I don't love a stupid man. If you can't be with my peace, you can be with the door.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours? I'm sick of men telling me, oh, well, you know, you hardcore. Yes, I am.
Can you handle it?
Oh, well, yeah. What you bringing to the table? I am the table.
The reality is there is a contingent of women that's growing, not just in the black community, but especially in the black community. That it's not about disliking black men or disliking some of their behaviors and the lack of accountability and structure and doing certain things the right way. It's that there's an actual hatred towards the men themselves. And my warning to men is it gets like this and gets this bad because when you simp, when you don't check behavior, when you give rings to women that don't deserve it, when you tolerate behaviors that you shouldn't, this is the final form. It isn't going to lead towards the outcome that you think because you keep rewarding bad behavior. You keep rewarding evil, and it's going to turn back against you in the end.
The white man is going to buy you a very special gift for your birthday. The black man is going to disappear and call you after your birthday. The white man is going to take you to a very nice dinner and pay for it. The black man is going to ask you, what you cooking? Can I come over? The white man is going to take you to get your tire fixed and pay for it. The black man is going to tell you, you need to get your tire fixed.
She got there again. They will say, you with that white chick, cause she a pushover, or she ain't strong. She gonna put up with your shit. So they openly admit that their bad attitude is the reason why you won't deal with them. But then on the flip side, notice they don't carry that bad attitude to the white man.
No, that work.
That just means they don't like us. They don't think we deserve the nice, sweet attitude that they give the white man. We'd like to hear you talk with that. Hi, we'd love to hear you talk like that, lady. We'd love to hear you change your name from Shaniqua to Shay because you with us is like you do the white man.
But some men feel that women are the face of something that we will call a destruction of the black community. Some would other call that women are very masculine, talk this and that and all this other things, and that they should know their place. What say you to this gender war that keeps happening online as well as offline?
I would not be surprised if it has some FBI roots in it. Most of our civil wars that we have internally within the black community are instigated by the power structure at some level. And I would not be surprised if some of these voices that are constantly stirring the pot of conflict and turmoil between black men and black women, I would not be surprised to find out that some of them are subsidized by the power structure. With that being said, I don't like the dichotomous nature of this tug of war that's going on between masculine and feminine energies in the black community that posits one side has to be more wrong than the other. I reject that entire conversation. I don't think black women are more wrong than black men. I don't think black men are more at fault than black women. I think we must accept equal accountability for the failure of the Black family, and as a consequence of that, the failure of the Black community. I can name a million things Black men are doing wrong. I can name a million things Black women are doing wrong. I could also look to our eldership in the Black community, those who are 65 years and older. We can also look at the role they play in this conflict between Black men and Black women. We could also look at the stakeholder groups in the Black community, notably the politicians, the preachers, the community-based organizations, and Black businesses, as well as Black community, well, I said community-based organizations and Black businesses. All of them have a role to play in this Black male-female relationship tragedy, as I'm going to call it, because this is tragic. And the reason why I think it's so tragic, my brother, is we are openly airing negative thoughts and beliefs about the opposite gender within our own community. Black men should be ashamed of ourselves for openly repudiating Black women on the internet for all men of every community to watch. That is insulting. That is not masculine behavior. That is not masculine behavior to tell the world you don't want your woman, to tell the world you will not defend your woman, to tell the world that your woman has no value. Who does that? And some of these men who are doing this have daughters of their own. So you're telling me you're conditioning young Black boys to disrespect and devalue your own daughter. We have to stop it. This is not the way masculine men should behave. And on the flip side, women have to be held accountable as well. You know, you got women out there advocating the abortion of any Black male fetus. That is insane. That is eugenics on a whole nother level. You have Black women out there who are advocating that Black women never look at another Black man, find anything else other than a Black man to cohabitate with and make children with. This is absolutely ridiculous. And what makes it so ridiculous, and I'll be quiet for your next statement and question, but what makes it so ridiculous is nobody wants either one of us. Let us be clear. The white female may use you for your melanin. She may use you for your income, but she don't care about you either. You are a means to an end. Same thing with the Black woman. The white man might use you for your melanin. He might use you for your minority double status that he can exploit to get his company off the ground. Okay. But beyond being used by white folks, excuse me for that. Let me take this earpiece off. Beyond, you can still hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Beyond being used by white folks, we have no value for them. We were brought here as an asset. And we are still only valued as far as we can serve as an asset. LeBron James is an asset. Lamar Jackson is an asset. Beyonce is an asset. Tyler Perry is an asset. And once the asset loses its value, they do away with you. You end up like Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince, Sam Cooke, Donnie Hathaway, and the list goes on and on and on. We are only assets to white folk. So I don't know why Black men nor Black women are running around acting like every other race values you. Because if they valued you, they would be doing something special for Black women or something special for Black men. Black men would not be the most incarcerated population in the world. So we need to get over this thing about let me make the Black man looks worse than what he is because I know there's another man coming for me. Or let me make the Black woman look worse than what she is because I know there's another woman coming for you. We are living in an illusion. Nobody cares about Black people. And guess what? Nobody cares about the gender war between Black men and Black women. They want us all gone. And if we are going to voluntarily participate in our own extermination vis-a-vis the Black male-female emotional civil war that's going on, then we deserve to be.
So it's safe to say, Dr. Umar, that if you go overseas and say, try to find somebody that will be with you because you're masculine, you have no rights overseas, correct?
Now, when you say you have no rights overseas, what do you mean?
What I mean is these quote unquote, well, you would call them Negroes. I would call them cowards. These so-called cowards that feel that they don't have a black woman's attention. So what they do is they pack up their things and they go overseas, and they end up saying that we feel more respected over internationally than we knew here in the United States. Just
But are they
because we
going
came from
internationally to be with another black woman? In other words, are they going to Africa? Are they going to the Caribbean? Are they going to Brazil? Are they going to Australia? Or are they going to get a snow bunny from Spain or a snow bunny from France or something? Like, what type of woman are they going to get internationally?
Anyone that will give them the type of respect that they deserve, that they
Well, if she
supposedly
belongs to the race, if she belongs to the African family, that's not a contradiction. You know, I'm a Pan-Africanist, so I could care less whether she's Jamaican African, whether she's Canadian African, whether she's Nigerian African, Surinamese African. It doesn't make a difference to me where she's from or where he's from, but they better be a member of the African family.
Ooh wee. Can this generation be saved? Please, just
Which generation we talking about?
I mean, I'm not familiar
Those
with
under 30 can be saved if we get serious quick and get serious now. We could still save those under 30. Those between 30 and 50, we got to go fishing for the ones who are psychologically salvageable. And for those over 50, again, we got to go fishing for the ones who are psychologically salvageable. But the older they get, the less likely they will be saved. The Black Revolution is not a utopia. Everybody's not going. Some of us are more committed to the maintenance of white supremacy than the survival of African people. Kanye West and Kundis Owens did with the White Lives Matter shirt. You see, so, you know, you have your Clarence Thomases, you have your Kamala Harrises, you have your Barack Obamas, you have your Condoleezza Rices, you have your Judge Clarence Thomases, and those are only just a few. You have everyday Negroes in the Black community who are committed to the salvation of white supremacy instead of the liberation of African people. So this is not a utopia. Of the 50 million Africans in this country, and yes, I'm including African immigrants as well, because the last time I checked, they have the same DNA that I have. But of the 50 million Africans in this country, I would say maybe 10 million of us are sincerely committed to the African liberation struggle. And some people would say, why is your estimate so low? And I'll say real simply, we are not doing anything to create an independent reality for African people in this country. I am the only notable voice in the conscious community that's building a relevant institution. And I want to underline the word relevant, because it's not just any institution, it's a relevant institution. And what are the relevant institutions? Schools, banks, hospitals, supermarkets, distribution, and manufacturing. Those are the key institutions of any future Black Wall Street. I'm building one. You can't name another person under the age of 50 years old in the conscious community who is independently building a Black institution, and that is sad.
Why do you think, sir, that we cannot follow suit?
It's not that we can't. Here's the thing about an institution, and I'm going through it every day with FDMG. It's a lot of time you have to sacrifice. It's a lot of energy you have to sacrifice. It's a lot of money you have to sacrifice. And it's a lot of peace of mind that you have to sacrifice. The problem, my brother, is Black people are allergic to the word sacrifice. We don't even want to talk about responsibility. We don't even want to talk about accountability. So if you can't deal with responsibility, and if you can't deal with accountability, you damn sure can't deal with sacrifice. You have to sacrifice to build institutions, which is why all this talk we're having about Black Wall Street is hypocritical, because everybody's celebrating Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Why don't we have a single Black Wall Street in Black America? 50 million Africans, 50 states, that's 1 million Africans per state on average. And as you know, many states have more than 1 million Africans, particularly California, Michigan, Illinois, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Texas, Florida, and there's a few others. Why can't we identify a single community where we own the bank, the school, the hospital, and the supermarket? Not one. Not a single place in Black America. 400 plus years later. And the plus is for those Africans who were here before Columbus. 400 plus years later, and we don't have a single Black community we can call our own. And then we try to scapegoat that by saying, well, we need reparations before we could do anything for ourselves. That's absolutely ridiculous. Reparations is a Pan-African initiative. We gave birth to it. The first fathers and mothers of the reparation struggle were Pan-Africanists. And reparations is not an excuse to sit still and do nothing until the government gives you a handout. We are a $2 trillion economy. And with $2 trillion, there's so much more we could be doing for ourselves, but we're choosing not to do it. How can you give Air Jordan $2 billion a year? And when we say let's open up some schools, you say we need reparations first. How can you give the Korean-controlled hair care market $30 billion a year? And when we say we need hospitals, you say we got to wait for reparations. How can we spend $800 million a year on chicken, turkey, beef, and pork? And when we say we need some independent grassroots banks, you say we got to wait for reparations. If we don't have to wait for reparations for McDonald's, if we don't have to wait for reparations for Louis bags and Gucci bags and Mercedes-Benz and fake hair and Air Jordans and Timberlands, why the hell we got to wait for reparations to build institutions? It's because Negroes are still infected with the slave consciousness that says use your victuals on what you want and beg your master for what you need.